I'm Katie Chen. I'm a food blogger, a cookbook author, and a working mom. My cooking videos are all about fast, fresh, and fabulous Asian recipes that anyone can make at home. Hi, I'm Katie Chen, and on this episode of the Sweet and Sour Chronicles, I'm making an easy beef with broccoli. Now, I know this is a dish that your family loves to order at Chinese restaurants, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to make at home. In this dish, I'm using some beef. I'm using sirloin steak today, but you could use tenderloin or flank steak. Now, to get started, I'm going to slice our beef. I like to put the beef in the freezer for about 30 minutes. This makes it a lot easier to slice. Now, when slicing beef, it's really important that you actually slice across the grain. This ensures that it's really tender. If you slice with the grain, it can be kind of stringy and kind of tough. Now, I already have some beef ready to go, so I'm just going to add this here. And now we're going to create our marinade. Our marinade is basically some cornstarch. Now, the cornstarch helps all of the liquids in the marinade actually cling to the beef to make it really flavorful. And we're also going to add some salt, a little bit of sugar, some soy sauce, and some white pepper. I'm just going to toss this to combine. The reason you use white pepper in Chinese cooking is because it's a more subtle taste, and then you don't have little black specks in your stir fry. So I'm just going to toss this to coat. And then I'm going to cover it, and we'll stick this in the fridge for about 20 minutes. Now, while our beef is marinating, I'm going to make a simple stir-fry sauce. The stir-fry sauce is basically some chicken broth, some cornstarch, and some oyster sauce. Now, oyster sauce lends a really rich flavor to stir-fries. It's used in a lot of stir-fries and in some marinades. The cornstarch and the liquids come together to make a really savory, succulent gravy. And now that our beef has marinated, it's time to get cooking. I'm just going to turn my pan on a medium-high heat. You want to make sure your pan is nice and hot. The whole key to stir frying is really fast cooking at a high temperature. The other important thing with stir frying is that you have all of your ingredients cut and ready to go, because the actual cooking time is very, very fast. You know what? In Chinese cooking, you don't even really need a wok. You could just use a skillet. I like to use a non-stick ceramic stir fry pan because you need less oil and it's much, much faster. So now that our pan is nice and hot, I'm going to add some heart-healthy canola oil. Just going to swirl that to coat. Then I'm going to add some garlic and our fresh ginger. And you wait about 30 seconds. Oh, that smells so good. You wait about 30 seconds until it becomes fragrant. Now, the reason you add the ginger and the garlic before the meat is so that the aromatics are released into the oil. It's really fragrant, really flavorful. So now I'm going to add our beef. Just going to stick that into the pan. Now, you want it to get a nice sear. The important thing when you stir fry is to use a non-stick spatula or a wooden spoon if you're using a non-stick pan, because you don't want it to scratch the bottom of your pan. So let this sear for a bit. Then we're going to stir fry it for about 3 minutes. Now, it's kind of a misnomer stir frying in Chinese food because it's actually a tossing and flipping action, like so. You don't really stir it. So we're just going to toss and flip this for 3 minutes until it's nice and brown. Now that our beef is nice and brown, I'm going to transfer it to a plate. And we'll add this back in a minute or two. Woo! Beef on fire. Okay, now to my pan, I'm going to add a little bit more oil and our blanched broccoli. Now, blanching is basically just parboiling a vegetable for about a minute, and then it's put into an ice bath. This means there's less time that it needs to cook in your stir fry, and it's still really tender and crisp. So we're going to cook this for about 1 minute. Now, I love this dish so much because I got my son Dylan to actually eat his vegetables. He hates any kind of veggie, and actually I served him this beef and broccoli and he just gobbled it up. Because the thing is, the beef in this dish is so tender and so succulent and delicious, and the sauce is so savory, he didn't even realize he was eating broccoli. I hope this happens to your kids too. So now that this is cooked for a bit, I'm going to add some chicken broth. And we'll let this come to a boil. That came to a boil really quickly. Now we're gonna add our reserved beef. Oh, it smells so yummy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this only takes about another minute to come to a boil, and then we're gonna add our stir-fry sauce. And when you toss this, you want to make sure that all your ingredients are combined. It's important in stir frying that all your ingredients are cut evenly so that they cook evenly. And it's also prettier to look at when everything's kind of uniform in shape. I'm just going to toss this until thickened. See how fast that was? All right, now I'm just going to transfer this to a plate. Yum, 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 yum. I'm serving this today with some healthy brown rice. Now the kids are going to be home any minute, but that doesn't mean I can't steal a few bites for myself. So tender, so yummy, so delicious, so fast too. You can get this on your dinner table within 30 minutes. Now for the recipe, go to thesweetandsourchronicles.com. Until next time, happy cooking!
Please check out my latest cookbook, Everyday Thai Cooking, available on Amazon and fine booksellers everywhere.